Welcome, 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 welcome,
Welcome, welcome, welcome, welcome,
welcome, welcome to the Rum. Hey, everybody. We have got this is our first shorty actually in quite some time. It's been a comedy of errors, Constantine, since the last one we did was Jay in I think January or February. And then it was either scheduling issues, you got dengue fever, and then trying to get coordinated with Jay, and then, with travel and everything else going on, it's been a lot. So here we are today, ladies and gentlemen. And today we are shamelessly plugging the Rum and Tiki Fest Fiji that Constantine is putting on, as well
Fiji
as
Rum and Tiki Festival.
Oh, excuse me, Fiji Rum and Tiki Festival. Fiji Rum and Tiki Festival. I don't. We need to have Tyler do another jingle. So Tyler, if you're listening, jingle that, please.
We need a jingle for both of them. And
I know.
The
Rum
Curious
Festival. Yeah.
Festival.
Oh, yeah.
Was it festival or a summit?
No, it's summit. I don't even know the name of my own damn event. God. But it's not just Constantine and I today. So we have my two business partners for the summit. So we have sitting right next to me Ari Ralston, who is incredibly involved, is the number 2 in command of the Rum Curious Summit. Ari's right here. Say hi, Ari. And then we have Shane Conrad, who is one of my oldest friends, and Shane and I have tried to work on a number of harebrained business schemes before. Scheme sounds bad, doesn't it, Shane? Business ideas that we just didn't have the resources to pull off, like an app that was going to change the world, and we were quoted like $50,000 that we didn't have, so that would died. But anyway, Shane, say hi.
They were all great ideas, first of all, but this one is going to be great as well. Hello, everyone. Glad to be here.
Yeah, this one doesn't require Shane, are you a coder? Can you learn coding? No, I can't. So anyways, but I think first and foremost, I'll kick this off. I think all of us have to be a certain level of insane, and anybody out there listening that has put on a festival, and it's a shame that we couldn't get Fred from Singapore on. I know it would have been 6:00 in the morning his time, but you have to be a certain level of crazy to want to put on an event like this. From the time required, from all of the moving pieces that we have, from the amount of brand back and forth conversations, the financial capital that you have to front to do something like this, and then all the while doing your little song and dance of, hey, why don't you come to our event? It's going to be great. Come on now, drink rum, So first off, I'm going to give all of us, including myself, a pat on the back for being this level of crazy. Yes, exactly. So Constantine, I guess first for you.
Yeah.
Why is it a good time to be doing this event, and what made you want to say, well, I'm going to get everybody from around the world to come down to Fiji?
It's probably a terrible time to be doing this event. The economy's collapsing. The globe is is falling into, I don't know what you'd call it, disrepair or whatever.
Disarray.
There's probably going to be a war, but before we get there. But anyway, beyond that, it's because of that. Because of that, what was the thing that Don Beach used to say? If you can't get to paradise, I'll bring it to you. Well, if there's trouble in your paradise, why don't you come to ours? So that's kind of what it is. Yeah, get out get out and see it. And it was all about escapism, Tiki. And that's what fueled it. You had in the 30s when Don Beach got started, it was depression, global depression, and being able to escape that. Post World War II, it was the destruction of the war and the tragedy and the trauma of that, and people escaping from that. So yeah, just escape for a while, forget everything, come down to Fiji, and then you can see all the real stuff that inspired all of that stuff.
Yeah, and you got a rock star lineup of guests and speakers already, as I understand.
Yes, we do. We've got Sven Kirsten, who is big on the art side of Tiki. We've got Jeff Beachbum Berry coming out, who is the sleuth who went and put together all the cocktails that were coded. We've got, I don't know if you've heard of him, the rum champion, Bryan Inman, who's coming out.
Fuck
Peter
that
Holland. Peter Holland, Floating Rum Shack, longtime Foursquare brand ambassador, is coming out. Daniela Dalapoya, bartender extraordinaire, And just we've had several chats. I mean, just amazing stuff that he's done. He opened Esotica in Miami. He's opened working on a project in Mexico right now, and just has done amazing things. Frederick from Singapore is coming down from the Rum
Yeah.
Cartel. So yeah, we're expecting couple more big names. We'll see what we can get on that and get that out.
Love to hear it.
Are
Yeah,
tickets
man.
live already, or are they on sale yet?
No, not yet. We are getting the final. It's funny when you do an event, you learn a lot of things, right? And it's the technical integration of the ticket sales platform into our web page that they're doing now. And we're going with there's a local version of Ticketmaster in Fiji that we're going with on that. And we're just getting that integrated, and then the page will go live. So we expect less than a week, but I've said that I think 3 or 4 times now. So. Yeah, but we'll also have with that, once that goes live, not just ticket sales, we'll have booking codes for Fiji Airways. So you'll get a reduced fare on Fiji Airways and booking code for the hotel as well to get you a better price because we're all about deals here. Good deals.
Deals and deals. No, that's legit. I like it. I guess for Ari and Shane, because I've been talking about the summit a lot. So Ari and Shane, why don't you tell our lovely listeners who may not know of my incessant yammering, what is the Rum Curious Summit and how is it so cool and why should people want to go?
The Rum Curious Summit is a great opportunity. It's going to be held at a location called Altar Brewing in Long Beach. And we are expecting 20 plus rum brands with a variety of different types of rum to be tasted. And it's exciting because we're not only, I think there are a lot of other events out there, of course, and they're all great. But one of the things that we're really trying to focus on for this event is not just having those that are interested in rum, but also really tailoring to those that are in the industry, right? So you think about people that are in the restaurant industry, bartenders, buyers for restaurants or bars, again, just anybody, distributors, right? And being able to have them have a chance to experience different spirits. And I know you guys have probably talked about this or been through it before, and probably listeners as well. Most people that go to a bar, I mean, it's the vodkas, it's the whiskeys, and there's not a lot of talk about rum. And rum is such a diverse type of spirit that also has a lot of comparable options. There's people that I know that have said, I only drink vodka. Okay, well, just try this rum. It's comparable. And they're like, okay, that's pretty good. And I think there's a lot more people out there like that, both on the buying side. But of course, we're also tailoring to anyone that wants to individually attend, that wants to try new spirits or just try different variations of rum, because there's a lot of people that I know that love rum. In fact, quite a few of my friends that are attending this event as well, that I know personally, they love rum, but they're like, I love spice rum. And I'm like, look, there's a lot of great spice rums out there. But there's also other good rums, and they're like, we're excited to try them. So it's going to be a unique opportunity for both those in the industry and those outside the industry to really see what a diversification of options there are out there and just have a really, really good time at a great location on Memorial Day.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, we've all been to rum events and rum festivals, and anytime anyone is promoting rum, spreading the good word about rum, we all love that. But I just think we noticed that, maybe we could, elevate a rum festival. And so that's what we plan to do.
Yeah. I mean, and the other big component too is, I'm sure it's Shane, Ari, and even Constantine, getting asked, was there just going to be tastings? Because my wife, my partner, I have a friend who might want to go, but they're not necessarily wanting to just drink a bunch of things neat, which I know it's my personal mission to get everybody sipping rum neat and seeing it as something that you can sip. However, we have a bartender battle. I'm sure everybody is at least aware of the concept of trial by combat. Well, we have trial by cocktail. So 4 brands have chosen 4 champions in partnership with the USBG that we're putting this event on with, to battle it out for cocktail supremacy. And the best thing, Constantine, I'm very bullish on this, is in this competition, here are the ingredients that the bartenders are 100% forbidden from using. Orgeat, falernum, pimento dram, allspice dram, coconut, passion fruit, Pineapple. I think
It's the
that's it.
anti-tiki contest.
Well, so our philosophy is this. It's tiki's great, right? I work at a tiki bar, for God's sakes. Ari and I travel around and have been to countless tiki bars. Shane and I go to tiki bars. You and I have gone to tiki bars. And it's great, but since rum is the world's most diverse spirit, I find working at Lucky Tiki, when somebody asks me to make a bartender special, I'll make a paper plane with rum. And a lot of times, most people in the tiki crowd, things like Amaro or Aperol might not be on their radar. So I'm excited to see folks that have been bartending a hell of a lot longer than I have, being able to tie in other different kinds of liqueurs or fernets or what have you, to be able to really showcase and highlight the diversity of the spirit. So we're super excited.
Where's your main market for this, right? Are you trying to get people to fly in, or are you just purely Southern California?
Yeah. I think for us, it's anybody who's a little rum curious. We have people that are coming in from Alberta, Canada, and Ontario, Canada,
wow.
or people that are coming in from New York or New Jersey or Northern California. So by all accounts, we feel that rum is a big tent. And whether you are, a tiki lover. So, for example, we have Doc Parks, who opened Pagan Idol and Zombie Village and a number of other tiki bars in California. We have Shannon Mustafer, who wrote Modern Tiki. Shannon's been on this show. She's now full-time with Privateer. She's going to do a different seminar. Doc's going to do one. I'm going to do one, which I'm certainly the least important of all the three. But we have a tiki presence. We have a couple tiki bartenders. So for our guest bartender shifts, because we have a bartender battle, but we have guest bartender shifts. We have bartenders from like Stowaway that are going to participate. So there's going to be tiki cocktails, there's going to be non-tiki cocktails, and everything else in between. And so it really is, are you a tiki lover? Great. Come see how amazing rum can be in other types of cocktails. Or, hey, just come have your favorite tiki cocktails. Come listen to Doc talk about tiki bars. If you are somebody who enjoys sipping spirits neat and you have yet to really have rum on your radar, because what we found is that there's a lot of people that are very curious, but it's really daunting, right? Like, I know Captain Morgan, but I'm a big Scotch guy. I'm a big mezcal guy or girl. Like, where am I supposed to start? And then if you are a little bit rum curious, so that, you're, hey, I kind of like rum, but I want to learn more. And heck, even for the rum purists out there, we have, the entire Velier portfolio that will be there.
Enough to interest every level. Huh?
Yeah. So 100%. So this really is to showcase, some of the rums that are a little bit lighter at the 80 proof, all the way to, some Hampton DOK that the PM Spirits team is bringing. So we're really excited. Nice. And Constantine, for you, I mean, I guess just the big thing is target audience for you. It sounds like it's attracting a lot of the tiki folks who love tiki that have yet to go to the South Pacific to really experience it firsthand.
Yeah, I mean, that's the big thing, is getting those people out. But also, Australia is going to be a market for us as well. That's a time of year when people are coming anyway from Australia with the holidays, school holidays, and all of that kind of thing. But we do want to have our local audience here in Fiji. We're going to have a local price so that we can make sure we get locals in as well. But yeah, bringing people in, and we want people to come and stay, right? Don't just come for the 2-day event and then just fuck off to wherever you came from. Come and stay, and then especially get out. If you can get out around in Fiji and see other places, Tonga is just a short flight away. If you've been to the Tonga hut, go to Tonga, right? That's the time of year when you can go, one of the only places in the world you can go and swim with the whales. The whales are so close to Tonga as they migrate. You can go out, jump off a boat with a snorkel and a mask, and have massive humpback whales 10 feet away from you. So that's something you can do.
Whale of a tale that tell you lads. Whale of a tale or two. All right, Kirk Douglas. So Ari, Shane, I mean, just questions for you guys of what's the biggest thing that you've learned so far about putting this event together? Shane, go first.
I think it's just the little things. It's making sure that you think about every single piece that goes into the event, that you walk the venue and then you ask other people what else you might be missing, and then just assume you're missing a million other things. And I'll give an example, right? We think about, okay, we have the vendors, we have enough tables for the vendors. We know what the brands are bringing. We have a location, right? You think, okay, we got this. We got cups, we got badges, we have a ticketing system. But then you don't think about, okay, cool. Well, maybe we need some music. All right, sure. Okay, we'll find a band. All right, we found a band. Great. Is there lighting though for that? Is there an AV system? Where is the AV
Do
system?
we have microphones? Or are they just going to be
Do we have
yelling?
microphones? Yeah, and even and then it's thinking about, do we have insurance? Or another thing that we ran into, for example, was we have, each of the brands obviously has their own table or booth section area that they could set up, and that's great. And each of the brands, when they come in, anytime someone wants a sample, they get numerous samples. They don't have to, but if anyone wants a single sample, they have to scan their badge, so that way we can track the data of who's coming, how many samples are they getting, which brands are most popular, etc. But one thing you don't think about is, okay, well, that requires a phone, that requires battery power. Is there enough power at each of the booths, right? So it's being overcritical of thinking about what you're not thinking about and trying to figure out what that is. So that way you do your very best, and you're always going to run into some sort of problem on the day of an event, because that's just how it rolls. But it's you're doing your very best to plan and try to avoid that happening. And I think that's what I obsess about the most day in and day out. Is it's not that even the ticket sales so much as it is, what are we missing? What are we forgetting? What's going to come up so we don't have to deal with it that day?
100%.
And I think, this is our first time, and, the marketing for the event, I think we're still kind of bewildered about, what is working. We'll see 10 tickets sell, and it doesn't really correlate to something we've been doing marketing wise. So,
yeah.
But we're learning, all about what will work. And I'm sure, the day of the event, the night of the event, we will say to each other, "Oh, okay, this is what we're gonna do now."
I know.
This is what we're gonna do next time.
Yep.
All the lessons learned.
Even though it's gonna be an amazing event, we will know a lot more than.
And I'm already expecting to be just a nervous goddamn wreck during the event. And people are like, aren't you gonna be able to relax? I'm like, are you kidding me? No, I'm gonna be walking around going, are you good? Are you good? Do you need anything? How's everything going? Okay, you guys having a good time? Great. Need more water? Water stations over there. Food's downstairs. You can buy food. By the way, we'll have an abundance of food and water available at this event, because we've just seen, what happens when people have unlimited alcohol and no food and no water. It tends to be projectile territory. And even so, like, I think I will be relaxed maybe after the bartender battle is over. I think that's when I'll be able to take a step back and just go. And then it's just like going on a roller coaster for the first time, or like whatever kind of adrenaline experience. And the first thing I think I'm going to say is, let's do that again. Let's do it again.
Yeah.
Let's do it again.
How's it going to run? So are you having like a main stage and everything's on the main stage, or do you have like breakout rooms or?
Yeah, good question. So what it is it's a giant building in downtown Long Beach. And surprisingly, there's been people that say, oh, Long Beach isn't safe. Downtown Long Beach is immaculate. It is clean. There are giant parking structures everywhere. The first 2 hours of parking are free. So, and then I think it's like $4 every 30 minutes or so. It's nothing crazy. So an abundance of parking. So check that off. The building itself is cut in half. So one half is a brewery, restaurant, and coffee house. The other half is meant for private events. And so it's 3 stories. So for the event space itself, the first floor is just check-in. So you'll meet with the check-in team. You'll get your badge. You'll be ushered upstairs. The main floor, the second level, is where all the rum brands are going to be, where you can do your tastings. We're going to have the bartender battle there. We'll have the band. So the band is Hilo High Flyers, which Ari was able to procure for us. Then on the third level, that's where we're going to have seminars. So Doc's, Shannon's, and my seminar. We'll also have the bartender takeover, or the guest bartender shifts. So the guest bartender shifts are separate because those bartenders are selling their curated cocktails to guests. Now, we have paired these bartenders up with different brands. We have Liber & Co., the syrups company. We have All the Bitter, which is a non-alcoholic bitters company. And each of these bartenders is going to create 2 craft cocktails in partnership with this brand. The main bartender battle itself, which is going to be much more akin to like the Tiki Oasis, where you watch bartenders participate. That's going to happen on the main level on the stage. They're going to take over where the Hilo High Flyers are playing. The one thing that we're pretty excited about as well, that I think we need to start talking about a little bit more. And so we're talking about on the podcast first. Everybody that gets a ticket is getting a glass tasting glass. And Holmes Key is providing lanyards. So big shout out to Eric and Mara for fronting the cost on giving kind of those. If you've been, I mean, Constantine, you've seen this. If you've been to enough alcohol tasting events, rum or otherwise, you'll see people with the lanyards, and there's a little holder that's going to hold the tasting cup. So We're also
doing
wanting to
Glencairn?
make sure. Yeah, so the one is a crystal Glencairn glass, the other one is a wee Glencairn. There's a difference based on like industry or industry and VIP tickets. We'll get the fancy crystal one. General admission will get the whatever it is.
It's a perfect dram.
Perfect dram.
Perfect dram.
Yeah,
Perfect dram.
and it's going to be etched with the Rum Curious Summit, and there'll be a little goodie bag in there as well. So we're pretty excited about that. Any last comments? I guess for anybody, the Rum Curious Summit, you can go to the rumcurioussummit.com. You can learn a little bit more about the event. It links to our Eventbrite page where you can see the different ticket options. Tickets are available. In the last 2 weeks, we've sold like 80 tickets, and it's gonna continue to go. We have early bird pricing till the end of this month. That's where you can go for us. For Constantine, I'm sure you will update us on where and when the links are available. I'll cross promote and post as well. But hey, if you want to get into doing events, you got to be some kind of lunatic, stupid
Insane.
lunatic. Constantine, yeah,
for sure. Our website, it will be www.FijiRumandTikiFestival.com. Once it's live, it's not live yet, so we'll get that out.
Okay.
And social media is coming up. Our graphics team is working on that. By graphics team, I mean our managing director as well as everything else. My wife, Pauline.
Yeah, Pauline. Hi, Pauline. Does she listen? I hope she listens to the show.
The door closed. Yeah.
Pauline is amazing because she consistently does it. For those of you who've been paying attention, we've had like different logos for Halloween and Christmas and whatever, and she's the one that puts all those together. She designed our latest logo that was much better than the one that I just grabbed off of using AI. And with that, everybody, thank you so very much
Thank you
for tuning in to this silly episode. Rum Curious Summit, Fiji Rum and Tiki Fest happening this year. Stay tuned, get your tickets. And next up, we have Maggie Campbell, an American rum company, I think is the name of the company.
Yep.
Okay. Love it. That's what? Is that this weekend that we're recording this?
No, we got moved to next week, right? The 22nd or something.
Oh, yeah. We got it on the calendar. It's okay, whatever Tuesday is. But thank you guys. We'll have the episode up with the Global Rum Ambassador Ian Burrell shortly. We'll have this one up probably sooner than later, hopefully. We'll definitely get this up by the early part of May, and then we have Maggie that'll be later in May. So thank you all so much.
Thank you.
And we'll see you next time.
It's Ari. Good to see you.
Yeah. See ya.